And this is What Never Was. A very interesting card trick. Deck of cards here. And we'll give it a quick shuffle because we start out impromptu. I go to a spectator and I ask them, you can name any four of a kind you like. Jacks, aces, 4s, 7s, 2s, 8s, 10s, whatever you feel like. And let's say they choose the aces. So to be fair, I actually want to display them to make sure it's not extras or anything of that nature. So we got the ace of hearts. That is the first one. The next one is the ace of diamonds, withholding my usual jokes about the diamond card. That is the second one. The third one is the ace of spades, the classic favorite. And the last one is the ace of clubs. Always an awesome card. So that is all 4 aces and nothing near the top. So here's what we're going to do. I also asked the spectator, name any ace you have a preference over, hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds. And they happen to choose the clubs, a rarity, which is always interesting. So I have them say we'll come back to that in a bit. And right now we're actually going to use the cards from the front of the pack. We're going to actually do an interesting effect. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to go use the 4 cards. I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. 9 of clubs, queen of spades, 3 of clubs, and the 5 of spades. Okay, we'll be using these for the effect, and it'll be quite an interesting card trick. I think you'll enjoy it, because what we're going to start off on doing is actually just giving a wave over the pack with the cards, and just by doing that little wave, we get the first card. Oh wow, the ace of clubs up here. Wow, yours. That's pretty cool. That's the first one. The magic keeps on rubbing off, and oh gosh, that's crazy. There's no way, because it just keeps on happening. That's 3 for 3. It just seems like it just keeps on happening, and even the last one, jeez, this is awesome. It just seems like the card, the ace of clubs, keeps on popping up everywhere you go. But here's the fun part. If I just give it a little rub through the hand, you want to know what happens? Well, it doesn't seem like much because we see the ace of clubs, but not only do you get the ace of clubs, we actually got all 4 aces, just like that. And I thank you. If you can, give this video a like. That would be awesome. And we'll jump into explanation per se, the usual. But Academy always appreciates the like. So, getting into this particular effect, you can force the 4 of a kind, or just have them on top. Maybe just have it as aces if you want to do that, or kings, or whatever. If you secretly know they have a preference for one of them, then and you know they're going to name it, then you can just put them on top and go into it. Otherwise, we usually do the whole guise of the culling idea. Let's just say we'll use the kings for this case, so we'll display some all throughout. Again, this starts out impromptu, so they could be shuffled like that, and it really does start out impromptu. So they can name any 4 of a kind. And let's say we're doing this all impromptu, and they say kings, and if there's a king on top, which happens occasionally, just swing cut it, and then boom. And ask if they have a preference for any specific king, and let's say they do, let's say it's king of spades. It really is usually the classic one people name. So I get the king, and then I get a couple cards above it, if possible. You don't want this king on top. You would want to have some cards above it, make it seem fair. And I would just casually spread. I see the king, have some cards above it, and then just casually cut it to the top. So one of the kings, their selection, which we'll call last, is towards the top. And for culling, I would recommend, I put in a link below, Koltzia Kimlot for the Roadrunner cull. It is such a great cull, and having had struggled with the cull in the past with many other DVDs, I found that just doing the Roadrunner cull is just the greatest way to learn how to cull. So definitely check that out. Not sponsored. So we start spreading and we start culling. So I notice right away There's King of Diamonds. I usually make the bad joke. It's usually referred to as woman's best friend. I don't know why. Lame joke, but what can you do? And I just go immediately in. Clip, cull, and so that's the first one. And I also push up some cards above so I can create some shade. It's unnecessary for me because I got the technique really down, but I still openly suggest always having a little bit of cover for all situations. So second one's King of Hearts. It's just a really good habit to have. That King of Hearts is the second one to be called. Third one, King of Clubs, you show it. And then the last one is King of Spades. And I openly mention on how it's kind of close to the top. So I put it a couple cards down, like just a couple. And then show it again. And then make sure you don't go too far down. They don't like, hey, where'd the King of Diamonds go? Anyways, so we show the King, the fourth King, King of Spades in this case. And then we cull it. And then we spread. You can even do a little display showing nothing near the top, which is always a nice display. You can even clip the four kings that are already right here and just have this nice open display, seeming like everything's above board and fair, even though you got the four set up right here. And then square it up and turn it over. Now we got all four kings on top, and with their king, King of Spades, they're the one they had a preference for on the uppermost. And we mentioned how we'll come back to that in just a second. If you want, you could even shuffle it off. I don't know if it's necessary. Maybe it is. I don't know. So, okay, maybe a little shuffle. For fun. For the magician's sake. There you go. Happy. Now we say we're going to use the top four cards of the pack. And as we gesture or reference them, I get a break. I riffle off four cards from the back. And I'll actually, because I don't usually reference it elsewhere too much, I'll just do a quick thing on it. Four fingers curled above the pack, three fingers just hanging out right here, and then thumb in the back. Other hand is just in mechanics grip below, and the thumb is just going to lift up, four finger adding the pressure right here, and you're just going to lift off the pack, and as you're displaying the top card, you're going to be riffling off four cards from the back. So using your thumb, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, get a break below it, and so you got a break above the four kings right here. Okay, so we square it, and then we've got this. So from here, excuse all the messages, people love me. So now we got a break right here. We're all set, and so we're going to do the fifth peel. And I'm forgetting the name of the other one. It was a combo technique that John Bannon in his Dear Mr. Fantasy book, Visor Switch. Yes. So Visor Switch, the fifth peel and Visor Switch combo by John Bannon in his book Dear Mr. Fantasy. Great combo. And ever since I noted that, I use it a lot in my card work. So great. It's worth the price of the book alone. I know it's so overused. So we are going to peel off, so we're going to take this, we're going to have these four cards ride the top card. So what I mean, middle finger and thumb right here, forefinger right here. We're going to peel off this 10 as the four cards are going to ride along with it. Now this may seem obvious, but in an upwards display, it just looks like showing one card, and you keep it in motion. You show it, fraction of a second it stops, they see it, and come back down to peel off the second card. So, in actual motion, well, slow motion, then actual motion. Slow motion, peeling it off, adding the four cards right here. Okay, and then come up and show it. Looks obvious, but in actual motion, 1, 2, and you've already done it. You've already done the work. No one's actually looking too hard at these cards. They just want to see what this card is. So that's all good. So 1, we peeled off 1. Peeled off 2, and this is an ace. Okay, we show it, and you can even have them halfway off, the second card halfway off, to display the previous card, and then now the 10. Okay, and try to square it if you can using your forefinger, so it doesn't seem like, hey, look, there's that secret card behind it. So we can use our forefinger to square it up. So 1, 2, I put forefinger pressure to make sure all the cards are square. 2, okay, I now pull the ace back onto here as I pull off a third one. This is how I would prefer to do it. Third one, show it so they see the previous card, and this one so it gives affirmation that these are the 3 cards so far. Pull it onto the deck. Pull it onto this packet, so it's all 3 cards are here. So the position check is 4 cards of the kings below. They're just hanging out. 3 cards above, and all the 3 upper cards are squared together. And now here's the move. Casually just add the 3 cards we had just shown and peeled off to the bottom of the deck. So add to the bottom deck as our thumb slips off the 4th card onto the 4 kings, and you don't need to break or separate it, just slide it right onto there, right there, and that's all 4. And now, so the 3 extra cards are now on the bottom of the deck, and they're away from public eye. Great, they're out of the way. Now we've added the kings to this random card covering it, so you got this position, and we're all set to do the rest of the trick. So one last time, because I know I may go fast, question mark. And I want to add some variance. So let me just toss out one of the cards. So let's say I toss out this one. Okay. So it doesn't seem like it's all red cards. I mean, you could use all red cards, but I just like to differ it up. So we're gonna use the top 4 cards of the pack. Okay. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3, and this is all 4 cards. Okay? And there you go. You're all set up for the position. All 4 kings, and behind the 5 of hearts, and that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. We turn the pack over, and then we're going to set up the position for the usual Hofzinser everywhere and nowhere. I saw John Armstrong, here's for credits real fast, I saw John Armstrong do it in his Armstrong Magic DVD. It was the one trick he says, it's a trick but not really a trick. I don't know who it's originally credited to, but originally it's based off of Hofzinser stuff. And then everyone at the castle did it for like a month or a week. That junior meeting, it was pretty funny. Everyone did it. It was hilarious. It's so commercial. So we need to get this top card to the second from bottom position. How do we do that? I thought of different ways, and one way I've come up with is to use your pinky, pull down the bottom card. Okay, there you go. Or you can riffle bottom card, whichever. And then from there, we use our middle finger and thumb to start peeling off the cards like we did before, like the peels we did before, but just with 1 card now. So 1, and so we shove the 4 cards, and these, we're just doing a second display, and these are just 4 cards, or what seems like 4 cards. This is a double, okay? Single, single, single. And so now we've casually, through that gesture, we've taken the king. I'll do it face up for demonstration purposes. Got a break above the bottom card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just 4 cards if you want to say that, or I'd say, and these are the 4. And so now we've got that set up. And then from here, we actually, let me make a note. Yeah, this actually does 2 things. So the first thing is we set up the king for the position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not lose that break, because you square it up, you maintain that same break, so you can do the lift, 4 card lift, quadruple lift, and you're all set up to do the whole lifting sequence for the Everywhere and Nowhere plot. Again, I don't know who to originally credit this to. This is my own take on it, like how to get in and out of it, so I can talk about it a little bit. So once we've secured the break after doing display and build the 4 cards, and get it maintaining a break right here, then we start doing the lifting sequence. And it's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1, but it's so easy to do it. So we've already got the break. We just do the lift, however you want to do it. I just tend to do my own kind of lift that I've previously discussed, and I'll probably link it above if I remember. So first one I show the King of Spades, and usually to go into that sequence, I usually give it a wave with the pack, and I try not to flash this break. I just give it a little small wave for the pack. I say, did you see what happens? Now, one of the cards starts to look like the King of Spades. That's the first one. I get another break. I just pull down with my pinky, make sure I feel for the bottom card, and I can even side count beforehand, tilting downwards. That's the first one. And then gesture again. That's number 2, doing this time a triple lift. And really it's so easy because you just pull down the bottom card. You can show it towards the audience, display towards the audience, so you can see it clearly from this position that you got a single card. Triple lift, king of spades, okay. Deal it down, do another pull down, pinky pull down. Now it's a double. And everyone has their own sequence of how to recover from this situation, because normally it would be logical just turn over this card, but you see it's not the king of spades. So everyone has their own way of going about it. Some, Aaron Fisher and all the greats have their own way of going about this situation. My idea is I say 3 down, or I could say 3 down, and then put these underneath, openly underneath. I could go from the back so that people see it's obvious that they're going underneath, and then turn on the top card. Or what was another thing I do? Because it's a double, I just say 3, and or what was I doing in the performance? I'm trying to remember. That was the third one, and then I don't even say anything. I just say that and that. So third one, I drop to the table, I pick them up, put them obviously underneath, and then the fourth one right here. And so we covered for the double, and the X card is second from the top. Doesn't matter, but we covered that position. Now we can show all 4. So going back to the original position, break beneath the above the bottom card. Okay, I do the lifting sequence. 1, okay, 2, and I can point casually. 3. Oh, after doing the shake, I forget. I sometimes forget. Presentation, gotta do it. Shake, okay, do it. That's a 3, and then 4. And so from here, we take it to the bottom, and to confirm that it is all king of spades, because we're giving an illusion that we're showing all king of spades, and we can further do a convincing illusion with the frustration count by Brother John Hammond. So I display it in the middle finger and thumb, forefinger right here. Display it, come down, thumb peels off the top card. I do it first sideways, come down, peel off, come up, peel off, sideways, or whatever you feel like, boom, peel off the third one, and then show the last one, a double. And we put this one directly underneath. Or you could put it on top and then cut it below, whatever you feel like. So to go back on the sequence, let me go back to the beginning so I don't lose position, okay? So we've got the position. So give it a wave for the pack. We've given the wave. 1, 2, okay, the magic keeps on going. I'm skipping the presentation for right now. 3, okay, 3, I've done it, and then the fourth one, boom. So from here, and really it is all 4 kings, and I'm doing the frustration count, and I can do it like this, tilt it up like this, and then from here you can either turn it down and take this double underneath the bottom pack, or after you've shown it up, you can then first finger, second finger, and thumb, just pick it. Oh, and third finger, just to make sure, and just come up, take it directly to the bottom, whatever your preference is. So after that display, or even one final thought is go back that double. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and after you showed it, you could just take it directly to the bottom, whatever your preference is. So now we've set it up, and so I say if I give it a wave and a little push through, not only do we get the king of spades, and this is a beautiful part. Now we do an Ascanio, and I've covered this Ascanio, I believe, in another video. I should probably, man, these are a lot of links I've got referencing, or maybe I'll just put them all in the description to make it easier. Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably just put them in the description. Then we do the Ascanio, which is up, out, and this I'm doing in slow motion, and a middle finger taking this one. I'm just doing a loose overview, so you get that. In actual motion, boom, and you get a nice display of all 4 kings. So not only do you get 1, you actually get all 4, and that's a really nice display. Double being right here, and that's what the first one we take off. Middle finger, thumb, and forefinger right here. I give it a quick bend to make sure it stays, and I only keep it there for half a second because I know there could be flash if someone's low enough they can see the double. So I only keep it there for a brief second. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And the last 3, I mean, you could display the last 3 if you want. I just tend to display the last 2, but you know, whatever your preference is. So again, now there's the King of Spades, and I can do a Descanio setup for it. I drop, drop. I tend to show this one, drop. It seems all copacetic. And everyone's like, whoa, 4 kings, it really did happen? And you're like, yep. And now you're all set up in the same position to do invisible palm aces if you want to do that. Ooh, look, invisible palm aces. I'll set one down, and then you can do all that if you want. You can clean up. I mean, if you want to clean up, you could also do this on top of the deck. The deck could be right here. Let me go back. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 kings, and then you can do like a. I saw a Helder do this idea. I know it's not his, but I see him do it in one of his FISM DVDs. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Risk killing. Well, not FISM DVDs, but when around the time, I just saw him do it on a DVD. Small things, big difference. Small miracles. I think small miracles. I can't remember. 1, 2, deal 2, deal 3, and then to clean up, you just deal 4 as you risk kill. Not showing this card, so 4, and you're all set. And there you go. So that is what I call what never was. It takes a idea where it was just a random selection, or was it a random selection? It was their 4 of a kind. You show 4 random cards. You change to their preferred one, kind of a selection in a way, with the one they are thinking of or named out loud. Change their card, show it all around, then change it to a 4 of a kind, and then show that it is just a 4 of a kind. And because of the double, you can either leave it in this position or go into another invisible palm aces routine because you're all set up for it, which is really, really cool that you're in that position and just how it goes all about it. So it's a really nice interlude, a beginning routine and leading into another routine. I don't know if you would call it interlude, but just a lead-in routine to another routine, whatever it is. So with all that said, hope you enjoyed this piece. Hope you get some mileage out of it. This is what never was. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like. And if you haven't checked out this video yet, feel free to check it out, and I'll see you there.